Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, live from Las Vegas, I'm down here visiting family members, visiting, more importantly, my aunt, who is in critical condition. And she is on hospice watch. But as you guys know, we have better products that even the doctors can give. So we have signs of life. We have a little speech pattern. We have movement. We have some things that haven't happened in weeks. But as you guys know, SSN Lifestyle does have health products, and we perform with studies, research, and everything else. But stay tuned because we have a lot to talk about. I'm on my cell phone tonight. You're going to have to forgive me because I've been under a lot of time constraints. So therefore, it's dinner time where I'm at. So this will be the first time that I may be eating something on screen. So we're still going to talk about stock market investing. We're still going to be talking about investing, period. We're still going to be talking about how it's SSN Nation Financial Friday night live streams. Once again, stop struggling now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for being here. This week, our Wednesday night live stream, I was not able to attend because I wasn't able to find a location that was beneficial for me to hang out like tonight. I'm in the office area. So, again, this is going to be different because this is the first time I've been using my cell phone to actually do a live stream on EV Mux. So what does that mean? I don't know, but we're about to find out because I will need to be able to see where chat is located. So far, I can't find out where that is. And so I may not be able to know who's in the house, who's not in the house, unless I can find the chat room. That's pretty funny. There has to be a chat room somewhere, right? So we will see. In a sec. Oh, comments. Here we go. All right. So if anybody comes into the house tonight, make sure you know. Share the videos. Let other people know that there's a reason to share the videos. You guys, I went over this 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago when we all started this. How to get your assets that pay you. How to get assets that make you money while you're sleeping. So therefore, you could be anywhere on the planet. You know, SSN Nation way, SSN Lifestyle way. That's what we have to do, right? So why don't we first do the first thing? We have to support our own. Our Professor Auntie Val is in the house, so to speak, always in the house and on the mind because we like to support our own. Professor Auntie Val and family, so she has a company called Beachfront Java. You know that's coffee. And tea, by the way, but it's premium blended. Beans, whole beans, fine ground, drip ground, and Keurig if you need that. And it starts at half-pound bags up to 5-pound bags. But more importantly, you use the SSN Lifestyle code, all capital letters, all one word, SSN Lifestyle. So therefore, you receive discounts for life after your first order. So some of you would say, okay, Eric, I want to hear more about these beans. All right. Central America, South America, and you know where else? Africa. So if I'll repeat it, Africa, Indonesia, South America, and Central America, the best locations that beans are created on the planet. And that's what she packs her bags, Ziploc bags. So always stay fresh. So therefore, get your order down today. Beachfrontjava.com, promo code SSN Lifestyle. All right, let's get into it. You guys have been going up and down with the crypto. You've been going up and down with the stock market. And do not be confused. There is a problem, Houston. As you guys know, there's a reason stocks go up and stocks go down. But when you artificially make stocks go down and you actually create problems and chaos, that means the markets are going to react. So when you see this drop of 500 points, 600 points, then you see an increase of 400 or 500 points, you guys know what that means. That means there's a problem, Houston, and uncertainty breeds problems. Now, the stock market, another week, we've had negative results. There's only reasons because when you have somebody in charge that is maybe we'll do tariffs, or shall I say, we're gonna do tariffs, and then that's your announcement, the markets react. Then you come back within hours and say, oopsie, I think I'm gonna extend them until April. All of a sudden, the market gets happy because they're like, oh, we don't have to pay extra money for things imported into the United States. So they're like, oh, we have another 30 days. But the ramifications from that is the people you are doing tariffs against plan retaliatory tariffs against you. So now the market reacts again. Now we have a crypto summit at the White House. Now, you guys know you should generally have experts. Uh, Presidents aren't really known to be on the edge of technology, and this is no different in 2025. Just because you're going to have a summit does not mean anything is going to happen other than talk. The SEC has been trying to stop you from dealing and actually allowing cryptocurrency uses in the United States of America. Well, one man and a Congress are the only ones that need to speak. They're the ones that need to come up with, yes, we're just going to make it where everybody can use crypto, and here's the laws. Plain and simple. Instead, they've always kept it a gray area. So now we're going to find out. Talk is cheap, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, the cryptocurrency market goes up and down if you're an investor in that. But as you know, just so you guys get positive information, we talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's that simple. It's that simple. Stay with those two. And of course, people can come with great returns for these altcoins. But nonetheless, here's the situation. Stay with the big boys because ETFs for Bitcoin and Ethereum are here. So they'll be buying them. But markets have to be much better. Let's move along to the real estate game because it's investing tonight, right? That's what you're supposed to do here. That's why you stop struggling now. So, real estate, it's been on the borderline this whole time. Not that many buyers can buy. Nobody really wants to sell because if they sell, they're going to have to get another house and their interest rate is going to be 2 or 3 times higher than just 5 years ago, 4 years ago. So, therefore, it's not worth it. You get to buy less home and have to pay the same mortgage. So, what do? Well, you either sit on the sidelines or you do one of my favorite things, offshore investing. You guys know 5 years ago, I told you offshore investing was the way to go as a possibility of your passive income, short-term rentals and rental locations, vacation rental locations. But nonetheless, that was the way to go because you win. You have an asset that you purchased for pre-construction with no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. And down the line, you can do short-term rentals and have passive income. And the bonus, the value of the property increases because you bought it at pre-construction pricing. So now you have equity. And in this case, we were primarily talking about Dominican Republic. But if you like Costa Rica, so be it. If you like Panama, so be it. If you like Thailand, so be it. If you like South Africa, so be it. If you like Spain, so be it. But you need to be in the game. If you want to struggle for the rest of your life, it's simple. Don't do investments. Don't create a business. You have to do one or the other. You have to create businesses, or you have to invest, or you do both. Or you do like most, work 30, 40 years, and then you put it in your investment portfolio, whether it's your own 401k or something else. Make sure you guys share these videos because once again, I have 1 year and what is it, about 3 months left, and I'll have over 2,000 videos by that time. And that will be my signature that I'm leaving for the rest of the world for life. After that, I'm off, Mr. Worldwide. Of course, I might check in since I have a channel with over 15,000 subscribers just to say, hey, what's going on, guys? We're over here like post-retirement travel's doing right now. He's on his worldwide travel tour. But make sure you go over to Instagram, please. Make sure you go over there and check out post-retirement travel. Follow him there. He's a subscriber here for years. And go over to YouTube and also look for post-retirement travel. And that would be awesome as well if you click the link, the all notification bell, and subscribe to his channel because he should be having videos. He went up to Machu Picchu. He's been over in Peru, Buenos Aires. He's doing the worldwide tour. And then next month, he says he's going to be in the DR. So once again, and speaking of DR, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. We have our SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum. That's coming up May 13th, 14th, and 15th. What do you need to do? You need to go over to ssnlifestyle.com or stopstrugglingnow.com and get your tickets today. It's only $199. Some of you are like, wait, $199, that's it? Yeah, that's $199. Why is that important? Because we go see Johan Confidante. We go to his office, one of the preeminent lawyers in all of the DR. Okay, we go to Glenme, Hachi Cuevas and Associates office, another preeminent attorney on the island. You get to sit down and talk with them. You tell me if you can ask any question, and we can be there 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half. What is that really worth? And they're answering the questions. If you don't want to use them for services, that's fine. But when you come, we make sure you talk with lawyers first so you get your game up when it has to do with law. Business, you want to start a business, you need to talk. Ask questions. They can do it. If you want to do deal with residency, they can talk about it. If you want to do immigration, you can talk about it. If you want to do anything, residential, commercial, anything that has the requirement of a lawyer, they're there. And they're the best on the island. And yes, they're my attorneys as well. Of course. Come on now. Let's get real. All right. The other thing, that's day one. Day two, we're actually going to go to projects and properties and go check out some of these awesome places that have man-made beaches, that have beach clubs, bar, restaurant, sports complexes. That's right. All of that in a project. There's several projects, only a few though, several projects that have that type of thing going on. Those are the ones that you should think about investing because they have amenities. Amenities, amenities, amenities. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen, when you're making investments, especially for short-term rentals, because you can always market it. It's not just my place is on the water at the beach. There's a whole bunch of people that have a place on the beach and they get to charge a little premium price if they have ocean view. But That's a limited number of people. What about everybody else who's not on the beach? Then what? I have a condo and a pool and a fitness center. That's cute. But how about a condo, a pool, a fitness center that's inside of a beach club that has a man-made beach, that has restaurants, bars, and you can paddleboard, do other water activities, kayaking, and shop if that's your thing, and go to sports complexes. And what do I mean? Basketball court, tennis courts, pickleball courts, soccer, and baseball. Now, I just mentioned like Vista Cana. I just mentioned kind of like the cruise on lands. This is in Punta Cana. There's several projects in the DR, but we're going to be in Punta Cana, ladies and gentlemen. So we got to go check out some of these projects and some of the best deals on the planet. One bedroom with ocean view. I should say, I'm being cute. One bedroom with man-made beach view, lake view. How about $140,000 for a one bedroom? And inside that complex, you have a couple of pools, a cafe, but you can walk across the street to the man-made lake, which has a beach club. So that means a cafe, bar, restaurant, workout, aerobic workout, children's playground. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 140 grand. Payment plans, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. How simple is that? I get excited just talking about it because you guys get to win. That is going to be this time right here, the last, potentially the last chance you're going to have at a great price for the Dominican Republic. All right. So just keep that in mind when you are thinking about making money down the line in the future. Because right now, how many people are losing jobs that make six figures because they work for the federal government? Sure, they did not retire, but now they lost their job. And because their job was so good, they may not have been making the other investments you need to make besides your 401k. And your 401k generally takes years before it gives you 100% of what your investment is. So this way, they wouldn't have been sweating so much if they had something in place already that makes them money while they were at work. That's what I want you guys to think about. I also want you to think about some other things that are very, very valuable. Making comments down below in the chat room, sharing the videos, letting other people know that there is a way out, so to speak. So just make sure you understand that, and other people will also understand as well. Now, there is one other thing. I cannot look. Oh, this is interesting. I cannot look on I don't have my computer because I'm at my aunt's house, and I actually thought that I was going to be back where I could get my computer and then come back. So I can, on my cell phone, I cannot see two screens or multiple screens, unfortunately. So if you guys have any comments to make, put them in the chat room. We can discuss. If anybody has any investments for the stock market that they want to talk about that we can talk about here, put it down in the chat. What I will talk about though, dividend investing. Let's get back to the stock market. We talk dividend investing because right now, all those people that I just mentioned that lost their jobs, imagine if you had your money in the stock market, which wasn't in the 401k, and you were able to get 500, 1,000, 2,000, $3,000 from dividends every month. I know. It gets kind of crazy, right? How much is that going to cost you? Well, a pretty penny. It could be 15 grand, could be 20 grand, could be 30 grand. Why do I say this? Well, we'll just start with the basics. If you can make 10% annually from your dividends, then that means you can figure out the numbers, right? You say, I want to make $10,000 per month. That means you have to find a dividend stock that's giving you 10% and you have 100 grand. Pretty simple. If you say you want to do 10,000 per month, but you can find something that's 15% annually, well, now you don't have to do 100. Now it's a little bit less, right? Maybe 70, 75, somewhere in there, right? So how do you get there? Well, I would suggest you check out a few things. I'll stay with JP Morgan. And why don't we just try JEPI, JEPI? Why don't we try JEPQ? That's right. I should have mentioned everybody that's new here. You should have just said, let me get my pen, pad, and paper together. That's what you should be saying. That's what I normally say before we start the live streams. But again, I'm doing this on my phone and this is a little bit different than usual. And if you're leaving comments and I can't see them, I'm sorry. So once again, I have a comment section here that I can see, but I can't, if anybody's saying anything, I have no comments. But nonetheless, I was looking around. Let me see something real quick. Let me see if there's a, I don't know. Hold on real quick, ladies. Let me see something. I might have computer power in here. No, I don't. I might. We'll see in a second. I might have some power in here. So we're going to find out. But nonetheless, I'm going to do something. Let's see here. I think I can do a little something. Let me see what happens. Since some people don't realize SSN lifestyle, we'll get back to the stock market. JEPI, JEPQ. That gets you around 8.59%. That's JP Morgan ETFs, which are pretty good. I like those. If you want to do energy and get around 7%, then you go to ET, Energy Transfer, right? If you want that, some people look at their 401ks and get 7%, 8% per year, and they're like, your money's locked up. Be your own corporation is what I'm suggesting to you, because you never know what the future is going to hold. So with all that said, I'm going to get myself a little bit of water, and I'll be right back in about 45 seconds. Please stay tuned and make sure you share the video. Let other people know what's going on. Come on, come on. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you so much for being in the house tonight. And again, if you are making comments, I cannot see them. It happens occasionally because I still haven't figured out how this works when I'm using my phone, because it's the first time I've actually used my phone to try to do the live stream. So bear with me. But we got up to the 10%, 9%, 8%. So since we always need real estate, there's these things called real estate investment trust. You probably need to track what's been happening in real estate. But like I said, sellers really can't sell. Buyers are still waiting for the downfall. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So real estate investment trust, there's different varieties of them. But if you want to start talking about 10 to 15%, then listen up, ladies and gentlemen. That simply is things like ARR. A is an apple, RR. That's going to be a high end one. That might be 16, 17, 18%. I don't know. I haven't checked lately. But let's go a little bit different way. AGNC. A is an apple, G is in George, N is in Nancy. AGNC. That should be around, probably at this point, 12.5, maybe 13%. Let's go with P as in Paul, S as in Sam, E as in Eric, C as in Charles. And that is PSEC. And that should be around 15 to 16% about now. Then you start going off the rails with some other things that you really have to study. Remember, all these things you have to study, do your own research, and make sure that this is what you want to invest in. Now, After you go PSEC, ARR, there's ORC. That is very, very interesting as well. That's going to be over 15% traditionally in this market. And very, very, if you can get 16, 17, 18% like an ARR or maybe even ORC or PSEC should be in the same teens area, that should be good for you. Also, there's other ETFs we're about to get to. I'll mention one now, IWMY, that pays dividends every month. I'm sorry, every week. All right, every week, ladies and gentlemen. How about some YieldMax ETFs? Now, they've been taking a beating because YieldMax ETFs are not backed by stocks. So you have to really understand what they are doing at YieldMax ETFs, but go check out yieldmaxetfs.com. I'll give you like MSTY. Um, there's a few. I mean, Tesla, TSLY, AMDY. There's a bunch. NVDY, AMZY, MSLY. There's a bunch. It just goes on and on. If you want to short something and be in that ETF, you can possibly do that, but it's all based on option income strategy. So when something's volatile like what we have now in the markets, that means a lot of option trading is happening. Those fees and payments, the company receives it. So they get to distribute that money to the investor, which is you. If you want free stocks from Robinhood and Webull, you guys please, down below in the description box, you can check it out anytime. All right. So once again, I don't see comments. There may be comments, but I'm not ignoring you. I just don't see them. And I can't go online with my cell phone to other locations. I may be able to, but I'm not going to try it because if I lose the screen, or I wouldn't lose it, but I'm going to have to be off of this screen and going through my phone. And I don't know if I'm still going to be live with you guys or not. So we're going to continue on my monologue tonight since I can't see any chats. So what I'll do is I'll say, I got to put something in the chat. Why not? Hello. I'll just put hello, everyone. All right. And it's Friday night. I don't even know the date. It's March 7th, I believe. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to see how this all shakes out, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, yeah. It went to oh, this is nice. Everybody on Facebook, YouTube. Do we have Twitch in the house as well? Right on. YouTube. All right. We got everybody here. I love it. Once again. Now, where were we? Okay. High risk, high rewards with the PSEC, ORC, and ARR. There's another high risk, high reward. But again, you have to study all of these I'm giving you. All right. All of them. You have to study. IVR. Study all of it. All right. Now, we're talking about YieldMax ETFs here, and again, they are not stocks. They do option income trading. That's where they get their money from to give dividends to people. The problem, there is a problem. You get 60, 70, 80%, 50, 40, 30% returns. There's going to be high risk, high rewards. So that's something you must consider. The reason why it's not backed by a stock, that's the main thing that you have to remember. That is the reason why their stock prices could go down. And even though they may give you a 50 or 60 or 40% return, by the stock price may be, let's call it $10. But over the next year, even though you may get $10 in dividends, that stock price could drop from $10 to $5. You just never know. Well, you kind of know, but my point I'm trying to make is that's why you have to be paying very much attention to it every day. Put in a stop loss type of trade if you're going to do something and say, or you're going to ride it out. Because again, there's things at YieldMax ETF that says 70%, which is significant, 50%, and more, by the way. I just don't want to get into more because more even sounds crazier. So therefore, you have to know what you're doing. And I had to say this because if you're going to buy stocks, MSTY should be around, I don't know what the stock market did today, but it should be around $21.50 probably. That's MSTY. It's MicroStrategy options trading. That's where they get the income to pay the dividends every month, around the 20th of the month. And MSTY stock price dropped to $19 and something just the other day. Then it went up to 22 just like yesterday. And then I think it was 21, or maybe at 21 yesterday. And it's probably around 21 today, 21.50 or something like that. So that is volatile. But the point I'm trying to make is, even though it may give, and I can't remember the return, it might be 40, 50, 100%. It's high, but let's just say it's 50%. And you have 1,000 shares and it pays $1, right? But 1,000 shares right now is going to cost you 1,000 times 20. That's going to cost you $21,000, $22,000. Now, if the stock price goes down to $14 per share, it's worth 14 grand. But if you get $1, that's $1,000 you receive in a month. And if you get $1,000 5 months, then you're going to be breaking even. But if you get 1,000 every month for the 6 or 7 or 10 or 12 months, then of course you go, okay, I invested 20, the stock price is down to 15, but I got back 12,000. Okay. So basically you're still ahead by 7 grand. So ultimately you still go, okay, that's 30% or thereabouts. So we're good, kind of thing, right? But this is not forever. All right. So I'm going to make this short and sweet because I've been making a lot of these short and sweet. But once again, go to SSN Lifestyle, Punta Cana Investors Forum. Join me and a few other investors and people who are thinking about investing May 13th, 14th, and I didn't even say what on the 15th happens. Is basically that's the day that if you want to start open up a bank account, that's when you can go get your banking done. We get you pre-approved, right? It's that simple. So then you don't have to sit in the offices doing 1975 to 1985 type banking where you have to sign documents and a wet signature and they don't do electronic nothing. And therefore you'll be at the office for 5 hours generally. At least it seemed that way. Maybe it's 3 hours. I don't know, but it's hours. It's not just like you're in there 30, 40 minutes opening up the account. And also, since you're not going to be pre-approved, they usually send it to the approval office. Now, it's not the same day. Come back in a week, come back tomorrow, come back, all different depending on the bank. This is why we get you pre-approved. So then that way, while you're there, they can say, hey, we have everything pre-approved because you already sent in your 6 months bank statements. You already sent in other things that you're going to need, such as your ID, passport, right? You're going to have everything, your tax returns from, in this case, it'll be 2023, most likely they'll ask for. Maybe they'll just say, since it's still early, maybe they'll say 2024 tax forms, but since it's still early, they might say 2023. So those are what you have to send in. You're approved, you're good. When you get there, you'll be approved. They can even call you sometime during Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, but you just tell them Wednesday is when I'll come in. Or if you're staying longer, than May 13th, 14th, and 15th. All right. So just keep that in mind. Just all you have to do. Don't worry about it. So once again, if there's anything else that I have missed, that's okay. This is just going to be short and sweet because our 9:10 p.m. Friday night live stream, I started way, way late because I thought I would be in transit and I was supposed to be in transit. Then things turned out where the doctor came, the physician for my aunt came and I needed to talk to him because we got to get some paperwork signed for some insurance purposes. So we were trying to get that situation handled, and it just so happened to coincide with when my live stream was coming up, and I haven't eaten, so I had to get something to eat too. And I thought I was going to be eating on live stream, but again, that kind of be rude. But I'm going to have to take a little something. Mahi mahi, yum yum. All right. So once again, since I can't see the chat room, there's nothing I can talk about. But real estate investing, I will say, going in, there are some things like Vistancia, Caribe. Jonay was kind enough to send me something from their company that shows that there was looking like there's a person named Alexander Garreau who was actually messing over funds or messing over something, and their corporation got him to sign over and remove himself out of the corporation. So now they've had to reset. But as far as I know, there's no date on uh, getting everything in order because they froze kind of the project. But there's probably a few issues that need to be ironed out. And I don't really know about their project enough because their spokesperson went missing in December. I say missing. He may not be missing. I only text on WhatsApp. Then I called because he said, call me. Why text me? But that was in December, his last response. So I don't know what's going on. But Larimar as well. They've been doing a lot of promos because we have Larimar investors a lot. And they've been doing a lot of promos. But again, beach clubs do not interest me because beach clubs are at the beach right now. I That doesn't interest me as much as building the condos, right? You can have restaurants, you can have beach clubs, but building the condos with a delivery date, well, clearly no delivery date of September or December 2025 is going to happen. So I want to know about when this, actually, I've already made a prediction when it's going to be finished, or not finished, but when people will be able to move in. And I'm not, and myself, I say it's going to be built, but I'm also going to say one other thing. I'm just going to tell you like it is. I don't see how it's going to be um, built in the next 2 years or 3 years. I just don't see it. We got five. Well, actually, if you're an investor at Larimar, they still have to build Horizon One, Horizon View One, Prime Towers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then Paradise Tower 1, Breeze Towers 1, as far as I know. That's five. That's seven towers that are 15, 16 stories high, and you have a roof on, right? So 17 stories, let's call it. So you have to build 17 stories high times seven buildings, and you still have to build the pool and everything that goes with it. Underground parking area, I guess, is what they're saying. And you still have to actually make the amenities there as well, the golf courses, so many other things. So this is why it's very a daunting task. I mean, there's a sports complex, there's a 9-hole golf course. Anybody that knows about 9-hole golf courses, generally they take 2 to 3 years to build. Rarely have I seen anything that worth its salt is going to be a year and a half. That grass has to grow, drainage has to be done throughout the course. Greens have to be done. You have to mold your mounds and shape everything. And if you start putting water features there, then that means you have to figure out, the water features and where they're going, where you're going to put palm trees. I mean, it's not like something you can just build in a year. Generally, even though it's a 9-hole, I don't, there's just no way. And you got to do a lot of rock busting. I'm anticipating there as well. So these things that they're going to build, it's going to take time and it's going to take a lot of room, and you still have to build towers. So here we go. Here we go. So this is the thing right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's very, very bad in that scenario, but they're still going to build it, I believe. But unfortunately, I'm just going to tell you my timeline. I don't see how 7 buildings are going to be built that are 17 stories high in 2 years or 3 years. I just don't see it. Nobody's done it. Uh, and I don't know if they'll have the manpower to build in a timely fashion because you would start. I just do mathematics as a simple equation, as everybody knows. I just go 17 stories. And even if you told me you can build 2 stories a month, I'm still like, okay, but that's 8 months. And that means complete. And I don't know. I don't even know if there's anybody that can do that if they're not using panels. You'd have to do panel building for that. All right, we have King Choice in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. Speaking of Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, hey Eric, you was right about the poison pill and the beach contract. Thank you, man. Hey, all I can do is be the messenger. People didn't believe me. In fact, the owners of the project got pissed, and they got pissed of our man George's Charles was going to buy there, and we were all in the owners group because I was going to buy there too, and that's what I saw that I had the new contract. I had the old contract, and we came to an agreement on a price. But when I had the old contract, they changed to a newer contract. So when I had the first contract, I said okay. Then they sent me another contract, and all of a sudden there's this 25% increase in pricing, and I was like, "What's this?" Up to 25% price. And I told everybody they're going to exercise this. And sure enough, as far as I know, they did. Well, again, I haven't been in touch with the group that much, but it came up where it was 20%. 20% increase in price. And people who had it in their contract and did not have it in their contract had to pay it. So people were thinking, oh, it's not in my contract. I was like, who cares about that? Since when does DR go by contracts? I was just like, that's. And then as it turns out, the original developer was actually the guy from West Side, the West Side Project that actually has a lawsuit going against them right now. He was partly the early owner of the beach, and then I guess they gave it to somebody else or made a deal so somebody else developed it. And so that's why the beach is actually getting developed. Unfortunately, the fallout is people have to pay about 20% more in most cases. So, King Choice, let me know if you actually bought there, and let me know if you actually um, went through with the contract or went through with the purchase, because they started escalating prices, and people think their properties are worth way more than what they probably are. It's not like it's a bad thing, but it's just that the place is awesome. I mean, it looks beautiful. I always like the architecture of the beach, but it was just not an investment type vehicle unless you were in early and you got the prices like the 1 bedroom was 89 grand, the 2 bedrooms were 126, I think, or something like that. Yeah, they went up like 3,000 every time they closed the building, but anyhow, that's how it started off. So those properties now are easily double the price, but you know, uh, can you get 0.1% of the rental price after expenses? So again, since we're talking about investments in real estate, if you're going to do short-term rentals, since I've been doing it for over 25, 30 years, I've generally had a policy where I never had to worry about my profits because I was always doing timeshare condo hotel type properties. So mine was all based on I only opened up and had my rentals during high season. I didn't care about low season. If somebody called me up about low season, sure, I'll rent them something, but I'm still going to get paid a profit. But I only care about high season because in high season, I can charge like I'll give you an example. The Scottsdale in Arizona right now is spring break. I mean, well, yeah, it's spring break and spring training. So during spring break and spring training times, it's nice and warm. Things like that is coming up. And a 2 bedroom is premium because families, friends want to come. So during that time, I can charge for my places because they're in Scottsdale and around, where people play up the street. I can charge like 600 per night. You can charge like 2,500, 3 grand, 3,500 for a week, including tax and all that. So people will pay it because there's no place to stay. And if you have more than one, two, three properties, then of course you make money. So that's what you do, and that's what I do. So I don't care about summer. I don't care about no other time. I just know February and March and the middle of April, I can charge 3 times as much as I can charge in any other season. So I'll rather take all that and bypass the others. And if somebody called me up during the year and says, "Hey, I want to stay here," and I make, a little bit of profit, okay, fine, but I make a lot of profit during prime time. So the same rules apply when you're doing rentals. And so that's why you need a place. Here it is. He's saying King Choice, absolutely. That's what they did. They missed 2 delivery dates and still trying to raise the price. I got a lawyer who is getting at them now. That's ridiculous. Oh, you did buy there. Damn. Yeah, listen to what he's saying. They missed delivery dates, and their delivery dates are a joke. They're really like they've went by the delivery dates, and then they're still like, oh, it'll be in 7 months, knowing full well it's not even going to be for another a year and a half or 2 years. And that's what they did to people there, unfortunately. And now this is the travesty of it all, is that King Choice is an investor in the project, paid his hard-earned money. Depending on when he got in, he sat there with the money that he gave them. He's sitting there watching the United States stock market double from 2020 to 2021, 22, and then 2022 to 2023, 2024 again. And that's the travesty. It's like you're sitting there, you could have put your money in anything else and got 10%, 15% or whatever return on your investment and still have the money liquid in hand, but instead you've invested in a real estate project that does this kind of crazy, and they're still trying to raise. Okay, King Choice, tell me something. Are you saying that not only did they do the 20%, but you're saying even after the 20% increase, they still want more? Or I guess they can go up to 25% because that's what was in the contracts. But um, there's one other thing, because we might have somebody else that has a problem with the beach. So let him. If you want to give the name of the lawyer, let us know if the lawyer actually has any track record dealing with the beach, and if he has actually been successful. And King Choice, I just want to say one thing: don't trust what anybody says. If the lawyer says yes, we've been successful, yes, we've gotten people their money back or whatever, you need some other proof beside his words. All right. And if you want to put his name in there and let other people know who may be watching, because we have Raydel Cabasis here tonight, and welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. A superstar has arrived because he actually bought at the beach, but he didn't just buy anything. He did the right thing at the right time. He bought a penthouse unit at the beach that's 20, if I remember right, 2,400 square feet. And I believe it has, let me think, one, two, three, four. Was there one upstairs? Is there 4 bedrooms? I think there is. There's 4 bedrooms. I think it is. There's 4 bedrooms, a living room upstairs, living room, kitchen, and then downstairs there's another seating area, den, living, a second family room, which makes it cool. He has enough bathrooms. I think every room had a bathroom. Upstairs there's a bathroom, which is the living room and kitchen um, combined. He has a huge terrace space with the well, it's a jacuzzi, I think. I don't know if it has if it's a jacuzzi or not, but nonetheless, a huge terrace. The terrace is probably, I don't know. It's got to be like 700 square feet minimum, maybe 800. It could be 1,000 for all I know. It's huge. And the master also has a terrace. Also, um, he was able to rent this for over. Well, hold on, I can't remember. I really can't remember. It's a hell of a good price. Whether it was 395 or 350 or whatever it was, he's getting his 0.1%, ladies and gentlemen. And the thing is, he also got his wife to furnish it SSN Nation approved. Oh my God. It's unbelievable. When you walk in, it's got the nice airy fresh. She's done everything proper. I could only, if there was a criticism of any sort, that was minor. And of course, I have criticism of some sort. And that one that stood out to me was you don't put black couches in a Zen place, and that was downstairs in the and I'll call it the family room, downstairs in the family room. But even though it was black, it fit in that location. It was fine, and everything's fine. But that was like one of the criticisms. But the place was designed beautiful. I mean, it's exceptional. This is one of the best ones, and I'm very proud of Raydell Cabezas and his family because the way he designed it. He's going to have 5-star reviews, which puts him at the top of the list for the first things that's going to show up for downtown when it's going to sleep like 8 to 10 people. It's going to be a premium choice for him to win and be successful. And he bought it early pricing. So therefore, he can always get point 0.1, and he might even be able to get 0.15 to 2% during high season and special events because he can sleep enough people. So he is well on his way to be very, very successful in short-term rentals at the beach. And the beach, like I said, I was going to invest there. And those buildings, I love the freaking design. I mean, it was just like butter pretty much. The design is so awesome. The man-made beach was making it beautiful. They were supposed to have other things there, like a picnic, grilling area. They were supposed to have a hotel there, which changed to something else, condos, and then it was supposed to have salon and a couple of restaurants. And I don't think that's going to come to fruition. I think they changed it to called Palmera, and I think they're all condos. But he's still going to get his money because he has the biggest unit there, I believe, and he bought it early, so he's going to get his 0.1% plus, which means he gets double digits returns as a minimum. That's what we want for you guys. All right, Raydell Cabezas, he's saying it. Hey, Eric, watching and learning as always for his tagline. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciate it. And again, great job, man. I got nothing but great accolades for you, and especially for your wife, and you allowing her to design it and not jump in and try to do stuff and be like, no, put everything in here black, like a guy would do, right? Black and red. I'm glad you didn't do nothing like that, man, and was on board, and happy that you listened and everything. Raydell Cabezas, how has it been going? Actually, I want to know because we talked about it in what, January, when high season just started. What's happened over the last 2 months in January and February, and now we're into early March? How's things been going with your occupancy rate there? Because I know you had a high occupancy rate. Everybody wanted to come after they saw what you got going on because it's a Zen unit, and he did not get the furniture package. Once again, this is one of the things that I like that the beach did allow is that they allow you to rent and use your furniture package. There's some places that do not allow you to rent, ladies and gentlemen, using your furniture package. They want you to sign up and buy the furniture package from the developer and then have management, their own management, rent it out for you. They started doing this now in a lot of projects, with which there's nothing wrong with it. but you need to know going in whether you're going to be able to do this, because Raydel Cabezas, since he's able to do this with the way they design their unit, I doubt if other people are going to spend the money to get a design like theirs, because you do have to spend money. All right, don't make no mistake about it. So he's done a great job. Okay, he says King Choice. He responds with about the question of what's going on. No, they want the 20% on top of the rest of the delivery money. I believe my lawyer has bought the case to some sort of arbitrator. Yeah, they have that what do they call it? Pro consumer situation, which is I don't want to get your hopes up on that. Don't get your hopes up, and hopefully he's not going to be charging you for much. The pro consumer, in my opinion, this is my opinion, is nothing more than, you use the word arbitrator, but it's an arbitrator that has no real pull. They don't have anything backing them up that can enforce anything. So you're wasting, in my opinion, your money. Hopefully, it's not a lot of money that you had to give to the person just to go to the arbitrator, because that's not going to solve your issue. Now, there is a guy. I can't remember his name. That's the lawyer that's doing West Side, that took it to the what I would call the district attorney's office in the U.S., but it's called something else in the DR. That guy, the young gun, I swear the dude looks like he's probably 20 something, 25, 28. That young gun is taking on West Side, which was the original developers for the beach. And he's taking them on. He took them to court. Dang it. I wish I could remember. I would normally be able to pull it up on Instagram. But that or just check out my video, West Side. I did a part one. So it's there, and that you'll see that lawyer, that dude. He's not doing this arbitrator thing because he pretty much knows what's going to happen with the pro consumer. They don't have any teeth. They can't really do anything. They're just going to say, hey, you guys talk like an arbitrator would, but nothing's going to be resolved. And unfortunately, the guys at the beach and the developers know nothing's going to be resolved. And I just hate for somebody to pay an attorney just to take something to a pro consumer. So just keep that in mind, man. All right, nothing against your attorney, but all I'm saying is that that's what you got to do. What's this? They were trying to pressure me to sell and told me that they would give me 10% more on top of the money that I already gave them. Right, but if you sell, they're probably going to say, sign this, and then they're not going to actually give you, they're not going to buy it from you. They're just going to tell you, hold on until we find another buyer. And then after that, they're going to act stupid, is the way I look at it. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Oh, here we go. And then my lawyer said, don't, hold on. Okay, I'll have to read it this way. Don't listen to them. Exactly. Because they're trying to give me my money back bit by bit. Exactly. So the money I gave them in full, they will take years to give me back, if at all. Exactly. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. They're not going to give you your money back, man. No, what they're going to do is the thing. They're going to do the thing, just like I said, and your lawyer's saying exactly right. They're going to say, okay, we're going to give you 10% more, but that 10% more, it's not coming today. It's not coming next week. It's not coming next month. It ain't even coming 6 months or a year from now. They're going to sit there and make you fight for every last dime. He's exactly right. Raydel Cabezas, he says, thank you so much, Eric. You really help us along with all your awesome advice. Thank you so much, Raydel Cabezas. That is much appreciated, man. Because the whole reason I actually started this 5 years ago was because there was an opportunity for people to not only gain equity in a property, but also be able to do the 0.1% or higher return if you buy the right property in the right project. The thing with the beach is the developers, because the early developers messed up, the people who took over, they had to recoup So they had to raise the prices up, and then they had to do this 20% stuff in order to make it make sense because they had to inherit all the problems of the delay. So they were caught. Well, they didn't have to sign into the program, but they did, and so I don't think they came up with the best solution. But Raydel Cabezas, he was early on, got his unit, and now he's probably killing it. We are booking it out really well. Can't complain. I know you can't complain, man. Booking like crazy. Me and my team are only striving for 5-star reviews. You're welcome to stay anytime, Eric. We would love to host you. Oh man, thank you so much. That would be awesome, man. That would be awesome. I'll take you up on that. By the way, we'll be there in May, man. Yeah, but May. That's a little low season right there. But hey, your unit is running out so well. May 13, 14, 15 might already be booked up, man. But anyhow, yeah, that's a great thing to strive for. That's a great uh, view. That's a great point of view that you should have. We've talked about that several times. If you're doing short-term rentals and you have the amenities at the beach is that man-made beach, and then they are going to have I guess it's a bar there or snack bar. I don't know what that is, but it's the location. They're near downtown. So once downtown gets bigger and bigger and more people and there's more things to do downtown because there's still a convention center to the left, there's still more hotels, but the shopping and the mall is there and things like that. As soon as it gets to be a real downtown where you can come out and hear music and after 5 o'clock and like a real downtown and make it cool, that's when his property value is even going to be better as far as rentals go. And because the number of people he can rent or host, he's going to be doing big things. So you should strive to have 5-star reviews. So that means your unit has to be top notch. Make it zen. Don't listen to somebody that goes, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to put, tan curtains and be good." Oh yeah, I'm going to put white. These neutral colors, right? Don't go totally neutral, ladies and gentlemen. Put on some of that greenery, right? Put some green, some zen. Green is zen. Put in some white, green, light colors, light everything, and the fixtures and everything. No, they have to be top notch. The couches, the table and chairs. Make sure you're gonna have to spend some money, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you got to have pictures on the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Again, pictures. I've talked about this before. If you do short-term rentals, if you're in a beach environment or in a city that's famous like Punta Cana, then you should have beach pictures on your walls. You should have something that people recognize when they come to Punta Cana, right? That should be a picture or big pictures on the wall, depending on the size of the walls. You have to make people feel like when they're sitting in your unit, it's like, hey, man, yeah, that's Juanillo Beach. We should go there. You have to be like, oh, this is Punta Cana. Where should we go? Oh, we should go down to, I don't know, man, Dolphin Discovery or whatever. You need some things. You show like La Romana. You show the amphitheater or something. You got to show landmarks of the location you're in. Don't put some abstract pictures on the wall. All right. So these are the type of things. Don't clutter counters. In the kitchen, you should have a coffee maker, a blender. Obviously, there you can't drink the water, so you got to have something so they can drink water. Um, Coffee maker, blender, toaster, things like this. Washer dryer is good. So once you start having the basics, and then you have everything nice and fixed up, and you actually have real furniture, so it can host, as people can sit there and relax, and you have furniture on the deck and the terrace, and you do all these things. Yeah, you might have to spend a lot of money, but your return is going to be awesome. And make sure you leave your guests something special, like even if it's just a 6-pack, 12-pack of water. I mean, I recommend a lot of things. I mean, even if it's a basket of fruit or a basket of tea, I don't really care what it is. You just give them something extra. So when they come, they say, "Oh, that was okay. These guys left this, and that, right?" And they feel a little better starting off from the beginning. You start off from when they step through the door. Start off from when they contact you. You get everything lined up. So when your first impression is, when they walk in or get there and they walk in your room, they're like, "Oh my God, I'm glad we're staying here." Then they open up the fridge or they see on the dining table a gift basket or something for thank you for staying here. Thought you might like this. That goes a long way. Because even if there was a problem from that point on, they will give you no problems with review because they'll say, "Oh man, this guy actually is trying to treat us nice. He called us back." And whatever they feel could be a problem, they're just like minimize it. They're just like, okay, this guy was actually, this place is awesome. He left us this. He's a great host and he actually responded. Don't be those hosts that if somebody has a problem that you ignore them and act like it's no big deal. That's not a good sign. You want a 5-star review, you act like a 5-star. That's what you have to do. You can't play around, all right? So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to be on here much longer, but Radel Cabezas, man, keep doing the damn thing, man. Keep doing. Oh, you can't put the link in the chat room. I have that. Nobody can put links in chat room, and unfortunately, all I can tell people is go to Airbnb, go to Punta Cana, uh, put in 7 days, but I wouldn't recommend putting in 7 days in the month of March or April. I'd recommend going like maybe June, May. Let's go April, May. Put in 7 days, then go to downtown Punta Cana and put in like six, sleep six, and then move the mouse and zoom in to downtown Punta Cana. And there's only a few units that's even available, but he does the right thing. Go there and but Radel Cabezas, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, you can't post. Actually, nobody can post links because of spammers. That's why I did it. You can't post links on Facebook. You can't post links anywhere. Um, but nonetheless, what I'm gonna do though is when I get access after this, I will actually put it in a post chat, and I'll actually put a link in the description box, so then people can actually go check out your unit in case they even want to stay there. All right, so that's what I'll do. So some people understand what I was talking about during this video. They can actually, in replay, you can actually go check it out and you'll see what I'm talking about. Who wouldn't want to stay there, right? I mean, he did like, they did an excellent job. Excellent. I'm very happy to see that because that means he's going to be, um, that means he's going to be making money for a long time because what he gets in rent now, 2 years to even just a year from now, he's going to be able to increase his prices. And people who came this year are going to tell their friends to stay with him. So he's just going to do what he's got to do. Thank you, Eric. Love your show. Thank you so much. Love your show, brother. Thank you so much, brother, man. I appreciate it, Radel Cabezas. And again, man, a few years back, you were coming in and we were talking about things, short-term rentals a lot. And man, you did the damn thing. You got the right unit, right price, and furnished it appropriately. And that was job one. And then you want 5-star reviews, and you're acting like that from the reviews that we saw already, and they all gave you 5 stars. So keep up the great work. And like I said, anybody that's an SSN Nation member, and we can do promotions for, I do promotions for. And I appreciate your support over all these years, you and your family and your wives. So thank you so much for that, man. So of course, it's the least I can do is show some love by anybody that watches this video on a replay to actually have your link that who may be going to Punta Cana and somebody coming to the Punta Cana, the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum. They might even want to stay there if they have a group of 4, 5, 6 people. So you never know what's going to happen. So that's how we do it. You inspired my wife and I. Oh man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, man. And say again, hello to your wife, and thank you and your family for supporting me, man. And I greatly appreciate it. You know, I feel so. This is why I started SSN Nation. Actually, Stop Struggling Now was there's a lot of people. he's an investor too, but there's a lot of people that, when you want to do something and you sit there and say, well, I might not be able to do it. I don't feel comfortable. I try to lead people down the path to make them feel a little bit more comfortable to actually do it. And once they get there and they actually start doing it, and then they actually, agree and say, yeah, I'm just going to do this as this, along this line. Well, like I said, he's done damn. I mean, him and his wife, man, it's 99.99% perfect design that they did for their unit. And he has other units, I'm sure, that's going to be coming online as well. But thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate your support. And thank you so much for saying that, because that was my objective, even starting the channel. All right. It's not about any return on any monies. I don't charge people. Everybody knows you can always hit me up at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. Support@stopstrugglingnow.com. I actually answer all the comment sections. So you guys can always reach me. I'm always available to help. I don't charge. I don't do none of that mentoring. I don't do none of that. I'll just give you the answers or tell you who to go contact. I don't do none of that. I don't charge for stuff. We make money, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need to charge you. All right. So that's my philosophy. So if you need any help with anything, you know where to find me. Support at stopstrugglingnow.com or on live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights, different times, but you can see the times down below. Monday and Wednesday, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Fridays, 9 and 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you're on the Sirius Network, iHeartRadio, and all that, you may listen to some podcasts. That's awesome too. All right. Well, I'm going to make this short and sweet because Raydel Cabezas made my day. Hopefully, King Choice can get a resolution for his property. That would be awesome. Please keep us posted if your attorney can do that. And again, let people know how this is going to turn out, King Choice. Let me know what happens after arbitration. And because if this lawyer can actually get people's money back, then everybody who wants their money back or needs something to happen at the beach, then they should contact that man or woman. So thank you so much for sharing that too, King Choice, and everybody else. I appreciate you guys watching this, but I'm about to check out. And I love you guys very much, but please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why you have to do the trifecta. You have to make sure you do investments. You have to think about offshore investing. You have to think about offshore banking. Get a bank outside of the country that you're in. It doesn't pertain just to the United States. If you are in any country, you should have opportunities outside of that country because you never know what a country is going to do to its citizenry. History shows. And so that's why you want options. If something doesn't work in one location, it can work in another. You have to start thinking like a corporation. They have offshore banking, offshore corporations. That's how you should be thinking as well. Do not think like an individual anymore. Do not think like a W 2 worker. You have to think of like you're the boss running a multinational corporation. You have a social security number, you're a subsidiary of the United States of America. Just saying. Get your holding company and have your own subsidiaries of your holding company. It has nothing to do with the United States of America. So that means outside of the United States. Or you can do it inside the United States as well. But again, welcome to the business world. You're going to have to make this happen, ladies and gentlemen, because you're going to have to invest in yourself. Raydel Cabezas and family invest in themselves big time, and it's paying off. Because like I said, if you can charge, look, if he bought this for, let's say, $300,000, right? Let's say it was 310,000. I don't even think it was that much, but let's say it was. If I can get $2,500 and 22, let's just say $2,000 a week, and I can do 50% occupancy, that's $4,000 a month. If I'm managing it myself, like Raydel Cabezas is doing, and all it's costing me is 3% or less, and I can do 4Gs a month on average, we're talking like $48,000 per year. Somebody please put in your calculator $48,000 times, well, okay, I'll do it this way. 48, I'm going to do something so people understand. If I tell you that like Airbnb charges 3% and you want to find out how much you grossed, all you had to do was go 48,000 times 97%. That'll give you the gross. Or you can do it the old fashioned way. 48,000 times 3%, whatever that number is, minus that from 48,000. All right, same thing. But if you want to skip a step, if somebody says, how much do I make to earn 10% on 48,000? Then again, you take the 10% from 100, you go, okay, you times 48,000 times 90. Whatever that number is, that's what you would make. Simple. All right. Hopefully you guys understand that. I know math isn't, a lot of people don't like doing math, but if you're going to be in business making money, you got to do math. So if somebody puts in their calculator, you made 48,000, all right, times 97%, whatever that number is, that's your gross because you're doing self-management, let's just say. And then you do, you use that number because that's the number you made. So any income you make, that's your all your income you made for the year. And how do you figure out your percentage that you earned? You would take that number times what you bought the unit for. So let's just say you bought it for 310,000. Well, I can tell you right now because I know 10% of 310 is 31 grand. I know now already he made double digit returns if that was the case. And that's what you want. You don't want 7% or 6%, because if that's the case, you might as well have ET Energy Transfer as a dividend stock. You might as well use JP Morgan, JEPI, and JEPQ at 7.5 to 8.5% or 9%. If that's all you want is single digit numbers, why even waste your time investing and doing all this other stuff? Just get your dividends happen. Call it a day. But here we are. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. The last 3 months, we have averaged 7K USD month. Oh my God, man. Come on, Ray Del Cabezas. This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're talking about. This gets me excited. This was the whole reason why I was telling you guys 3, 4, 5 years ago to get in on the game plan. And look at this man right here, 7K USD a month. Are you kidding me right now? Wow. 21K damn near in 3 months, or 21K in 3 months. Now, this is prime time, but his unit is so nice that what does prime time really mean when you have one of the better units and he has excellent pictures he's put on Airbnb? It's first class. So he's going to have a higher occupancy rate than a lot of people. This 7K per month, $21,000. If he's able to keep up, even if he drops to 5K for 6 months, the man is already going to make over $50,000 per year, and we won't even go through a year yet. That is insane when you think about it. So even if he grossed only 60K, can you guys imagine making 20% return on your money in 1 year? I'm saying this is because he bought it at 310. I think in fact, that might even be what he bought it for. 310. So 1%, all you need is $31,000, right? 0.1% rental amount is what you need for a rental. And if you do that, and if he has an occupancy rate like a 60% or 70%, which apparently he might have, then he's gonna earn like freaking. I mean, he's gonna be like, if this continues, he could be at 50, 60K. And if he gets to 62K, he could be doing some serious 20% return, ladies and gentlemen. First year. They haven't even finished building the beach. They haven't even finished building downtown. And if he can get that right now, imagine when downtown has more amenities. And he's able to charge another $50 per night. I mean, it starts adding up pretty fast. And if you can start talking about 25 or 30% return, it's all well worth it. All right, man. But again, you get me excited when I see this type of numbers, man. Emerging millionaire right here in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You see it. You want to get some of this gear, go to stopstrugglingnow.com. It's there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap it up tonight. And I thank everybody for being here. But make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about, and click the all notification bell. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. He's beating the downtown occupancy rate. He's on the same track as Los Corrales, El Cortecito. The studios are 71%, 72%, and the one bedrooms are 68, 69%. A two bedroom is even lower than that. So just remember that, right? Two bedrooms have a lower occupancy rate in the DR at the moment. This man, I believe it's a four bedroom, and he has a 67% occupancy that sleeps 10. At least it has a sleep 10, because he has a living room upstairs and he has a family room downstairs. So he can sleep up to 12, quite frankly. So he has all of that, right? So 67% is unheard of. If this man has, if he gets anywhere near 60%, just 60%, if he gets 60% for the whole year, this man is going to be doing like over, I don't, it's going to be some crazy number. And ladies and gentlemen, what do I mean by crazy? He could have like 80,000. He could be like somewhere like 75, 70 grand on a 310. That means he's over 20 something percent return on his money first year out the box. That would be exciting. I hope he does it. Hope it's capable. But everything he's doing so far, he is capable, because he has his positioned himself as premium property. He's going to be a super, what do they call him, super host. He's going to have, he's going to get preferential treatment with Airbnb by promoting his products, his unit. Great job, Radel Cabezas. Great job. Great job. Yep, I know. I know. I didn't want to say 80K, man, because I go by the low season, which there is going to be a low season, and I don't know if you'll be able to maintain that high rate during 3 months or 4 months during the year. It could drop, so that could drop you down to, in the 50s, or maybe even close to 60. But if you get 60, you're still going to be at damn near 70 for sure, and that's twice as much. So that's awesome, man. All right, well, let's wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys know how this works. It's hard out here, and you know what to do. Make sure you're out here planning for your future, and stay safe. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.